Welcome to those who are just joining us. It's Wednesday, July 23rd, and we are talking about, we're asking people to share their goals in the chat. So if you haven't already, put your goal in the chat. I'd love to hear where you are in your doTERRA journey, where you are in your process, and what it is you're moving towards. It doesn't really matter to me much where you are as much as where you're headed. If your feet are moving, if your lips are moving, then you will experience progress. You will experience growth. Excuse me. Oh, thought I had a sneeze there. Couldn't get it out. Okay. Hella says, I'm still Premier, figuring out how to get to silver. Awesome. So Hella, put in the chat for us, what are your goals to move you towards silver? What are some actions that you're going to take? What are some specific things to move you from Premier to silver? Thank you for being specific. And while everybody's putting their comments in the chat, I'm just going to put the link to the Facebook. Let's see. Let me just confirm. All right. Ruby says, connect to my Spanish-speaking clients, get my Zyto scan activated this week, and offer scans for health clinic and customer appreciation. I love that. People who lean in with the Zyto and really put themselves out there are getting some massive results. So I love that so much. Thank you. Ruby. And then Hella says, right now I'm connecting to potential leaders, learning and practicing how to encourage some of my team members to join me to build. Love that so much. Okay. Let me just put the link into the Facebook group in case people want to join us on Zoom. Jeannie says, love more ideas for offering Zyto scans. Those who are in the know or have done Zyto, Jeannie would like to hear some of your ideas on how to leverage Zyto, how to make that magic happen. So go ahead and put that in the chat too. Hella's also learning how to find builders, have people on my team, but no leaders. Okay, can anybody else relate to that? You've got team members, but maybe no builders. Customers, I feel like, are easier to come by, but builders a little bit different. All right, Emily from Georgia says, I'm getting my heart and head back in the game, meeting with a local stretch zone today to coordinate an event there, and reach out to OrangeTheory to get an event on calendar in August. My new vision is to help massage therapists incorporate the oils and education into their practices. I plan to get an AromaTouch training on calendar for August and apply for Diamond Club. Wow. That's a mic drop right there. So specific, so action-oriented. You've heard Tiffany speak over and over and over again about action-oriented goals, right? So it's great to have the intention to hit silver or to find 3 builders. But if we make our goals around the action, right? I'm going to invite 20 people to build with me. Then there's just so much power in action-based goals instead of results-based goals. So, okie doke. Awesome. Love that. So back to the Zyto question. I feel like, do we have a video with Robin or Rachel Lynch speaking in it? Gosh, I know that at one point we had, let me just check and see if it's at this place. I think it is. Hmm. Um, I'll see it there. Okay, I'm gonna keep digging around to see if I can find the recording we did at our convention event last year. Rachel Lynch did such an amazing job. All right, Ruth, goal to schedule 3 AromaTouch sessions, invite 10 people in an AromaTouch demo class, and share the On Guard promos with 10 more people. Follow up with 5 people that have tried oils. Fantastic. Ooh, and Ruth has a link for us here, a YouTube link. Um, all right. Okay, so Ruth just shared a link to a Lindsay Norman call where Lindsay has not only Rachel, but also Rachel's daughter, I forgot her name, um, who just went platinum. And she used the exact same methodology as her mom, offering health scans with the Zyto. So um, that would be a great resource. And that's a lot more recent too than last year. So that was just published a month ago. Thank you so much for sharing that, Ruth. Super helpful. Okay. Jean says she's watched this. She'd like more ideas. So if anybody's got more, go ahead and share them. I know a lot of people offer them as a customer appreciation. And so they'll go into a dental office or a chiropractor's office or a massage office and say, hey, if you want to give an awesome value add to your customers to say thank you for being a loyal customer, I'd be happy to offer them a free health scan and go over the results with them. That's a great way to create a win-win, right? So you can build out a team for this office and you can get some great enrollments from it. Okay, Hella is also saying, I have Itobi, but I haven't embraced it yet. Does anybody build with Itobi? I'm pretty sure it's the exact same concept. My understanding is the Zyto reports are just a little more in depth, but it's the exact same principle, right? It's biofeedback. You're just checking the different biomarkers, seeing what's in and what's out of range. So great question. All right. Um, Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much for sharing your goals. Um, there's power in intention and vision, right? Like you don't set a goal without some vision, and you don't achieve a goal without some serious intention. If anybody's looking for a great read on intention, I think the classic is Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention. He does some fantastic storytelling in that book. I don't know if he made a print book, but I know it was on audio back in the day. So I guess I shouldn't call it a read. It's more of a listen. So if you're looking for more info, Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention. There's another simple but powerful tool that I just discovered in the last, gosh, week, I'd say. And it's called focusmate.com. So let me put the link here. This, so many of you have probably noticed that you are attracted to this model of network marketing because you could own your own schedule, right? You could be your own boss. You could set your own office hours. You could work when and where you want. So liberating and so fun. The biggest downside to our business model is because you can work whenever you want, sometimes it's hard to do the work. It's hard to be accountable and to get the kind of discipline that's needed to actually move the needle. to build a team, to find leaders, to find customers. So there's a tool that I was just introduced to, and it's called focusmate.com. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see it. And basically, they call it body doubling. So the idea is, let's say you've got whatever your goal is that you've talked about for the week, and you know you want to do it, but you also know that with your current level of, I don't know, freedom loving, MO, that you're probably not going to get around to it. You could hop on to focusmate.com and it'll pair you with somebody who wants the same length session as you. So you could do a 25-minute, 15-minute, or a 75-minute session. And you basically just hop on and you're just each doing your own thing, but you start out by sharing your goal for that session with the other person, and then you're just working. And then at the end, you're just giving a report on how you did. So in this photo, you see that she's sketching a user flow, and he's replying to 5 emails and booking a flight. So it's the simplest level of accountability partner that I've seen. You don't have to have long-term commitments. Like sometimes I say, find a workout partner on doTERRA. This is much, much simpler than that. You could literally hop on and have a different focus mate, if you will, every day of the week. And as long as you're committed to showing up, this provides a really cool, simple way to have a workout partner. I know that you can do a certain number of sessions for free. Let's see if it shows. Okay, so I think on the free, I think you can do 45-minute sessions, I believe, and you can do up to 3 sessions a week, and it's free forever. Super cool. And then if you want to do more than that, they have different options for that too. So really, really cool. I love how the internet is shrinking the world and giving us so many more options for creating success, for building the life that we desire and that we want. So yes, yeah, Hella is saying that she reached out looking for a doTERRA partner but couldn't find one. So FocusMate could be the answer for you. So go check it out, go leverage it. We don't have to be a victim. It's a really simple tool that could give you great results. Awesome. Okay, what are the questions you have for me today? Love the conversation so far. I love all the goals that you've shared. If you haven't posted your goals yet, please put that in the chat. I want to hear. I saw some goals posted on Facebook Live. Tatiana saying, my goal is to go towards platinum. I'm looking for new leaders. I love that. So let's maybe add to that, Tatiana, what specific actions do you want to be your goal? So I'm going to invite 10 new people to build with me. I'm going to reactivate 5 existing builders. And again, maybe it's not reactivate. I'm going to invite. I think inviting, that's the action that you can control. And so at the end of the week, you can say, yes, I did that. And so maybe just reframe that. Crystal says, my goal is to start inviting today for an upcoming online class. Classes. Love that. Yeah, so how many of you, let's try using the hand raise tool. Raise your hand if your primary way of building is through in-person classes. Go ahead and raise your hand. I'd love to see. All right, I see a couple so far. So in person, in face-to-face, belly to belly. How many of you are meeting up in person? Okay, so far I've seen about 6 or 7 hands go up. Awesome. Okay, go ahead and lower your hands. All right, now, how many of you are primarily doing online classes? How many of you It's either Zoom or Facebooks or other digital connecting. So raise your hand if your primary connecting is through online. Awesome. Seen a couple. So I see about a third as many. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm always fascinated to know how people are sharing, how they're building, um, how they're connecting. Love that. All right. Selena has a goal of diamond by December 31st, 2025. Love that. We are cheering for you all the way, Selena. That's awesome. Um, all right. Hello's building online systems. Emily is ready to get back to teaching a class. Love that. All right. Well, let's open it up to questions. I'm here to serve you and answer whatever questions you have. Work through goal conversations, blocks, whatever stand in your way. I'd love to chat that up. So Ruth, if you want to come on as a panelist and unmute yourself, we'd love to just check in and see how we can serve.
Are you there?
Yes, we can hear you. How are you?
I can't get my video to turn on. I'm doing well. I've got a question. I have taken both of Dr. Rourke's classes, and I am a level 2 certified animal aromatherapy specialist. What I'm having difficulty with is bridging the gap over into getting the humans. Like somebody will say to me, my horse or my dog is scared of thunderstorms or whatever. And so we talk about, what they can do about that. But then, with 250 drops in a bottle, they're not going to need that next month, okay? And so how do what's a good way to maybe bridge the gap from, what about you? What about your health? And getting them, because, I've got to have the humans in order to get those
Mhm.
LRP things going.
Got it. So it sounds like you're already having great success with animals um, and now you're ready to build a downline of humans. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I have not had a whole lot of difficulty enrolling people with their animals. But
Uh-huh.
when you look at my team, it's, they're not on LRP because we're not
Okay.
addressing the human issues.
Okay. Yeah, great question. And I'd love to hear other people's thoughts. How would you respond to Ruth and what would be your coaching? I'll just share a couple of my thoughts. Um, so if people are um, caring for animals, my experience is um, that's a big job. We've had horses, we've had goats. Um, we have a little ranch right now with pigs, goats, chickens. Anyways, we know animals and we love them. It's a lot of work and it's a full-time commitment. And
Hmm.
so one of the messages that I would share with animal owners is the best way that you can care for your animals is to care for yourself. And you need to have a baseline of nutrition and wellness to be able to sustain your care for these animals. So I would be teaching foundational wellness. I'd be teaching the VMG plus, the omegas, and then I'd be going from there, based on what their needs are, whether it's energy, whether it's digestion, whether it's sleep. Like I'd start with those two core products and then just build from there. So that would be my coaching. I'm just going to read through the comments here. Um, so Selena says, Mommy and Me changed to Puppy and Me classes. How this oil is good for you and puppy. Um, yeah, Loren is restating um, same idea, right? That you're going to need energy to really show up for these lovely animals. So yeah, I think I think the message is like what happens if we can't show up for these animals, right? Like most people, well, I can't say this for a fact. I just know that's important. So I would say bring it back to foundational wellness, to I mean, that's really where doTERRA has been moving. I think what we've realized is um, if I can find the lifestyle there, actually, maybe I'll show the PowerPoint that we created with Seth on Health in America. It is such a good presentation. Okay, let's see if this is the latest. Well, it'll work either way. Okay, so so if we look at, I'll just share the whole screen if I can find Zoom. Okay, so if we look at the main issues that we wrestle with in America, I mean, these are just a few of the lag indicators of the state of health in America. But they all come back to one thing, and that is cellular dysfunction. Sometimes we call it the metabolic failure cycle. So it starts at the mitochondrial level, and that feels like low energy. That leads to inflammation, which shows up as pain, and that creates oxidation, which shows up as aging. And then that just feeds the cycle of continuing this downward spiral. And so she's, Casey Means, Dr. Casey Means, she wrote this book called Good Energy. And she basically says that she's found that there are 10 causes in America for this metabolic failure. And these are the 10. And interestingly, the solution to those issues, Dr. Hill has been addressing through the wellness pyramid the whole time. So basically, we've mapped each of these 10 causes onto the wellness pyramid, and then we resorted them so that it looks better. You know, my anal designer side couldn't stand to see all those crazy lines. So what I wanted to say about this is for the first 15, well, maybe 14 years in doTERRA, we really focused on informed self-care, right? We saw ourselves as primarily an oil company. And so we just taught people how to take care of their health with oils. Now, obviously, we had Lifelong Vitality, but we kind of taught it as an afterthought. And the shift that I've seen in doTERRA is we now lead with the base of the pyramid. We lead with, we start at the bottom and we work our way up. And that is a game changer for so many reasons. First of all, it responds to your very specific question about how do I build loyalty rewards orders? How do I build a base of people who order month over month and year over year? And this is how you do it. Just like you said, the oil, you know, the 15 ml bottles have like 250 drops in them. That lasts a long time. So it's great to have people on, you know, having those, owning them, being ready at any time to use them. But the fact is, it doesn't, they last maybe too long. And so we fix that by building nutrition from the bottom up. And so anybody with a pulse needs the baseline nutrition that doTERRA has to offer. And so what does that look like? It looks like at a minimum, these three products, the VMG, the E-Omega, and the PB Restore. And then, like I was saying earlier, you can customize based on their needs. So maybe they're focused on movement and metabolism. You know, maybe they have some targeted weight goals, or they just want to improve their metabolic health, right? They want to live longer. So metabolism is a big deal. Maybe sleep is a big issue. And so we can start with the baseline, but then customize based on, we're going to get the most and highest quality sleep we possibly can. Maybe they have a lot of toxic chemicals in their home, whether it's their daily use products or their cleaners or whatever. We can tailor around that. And then, of course, we have all of the informed self-care items, and oils fall in that same category. So that is a quick sneak peek at that awesome PowerPoint that we now have available. If anybody wants to have access to that whole PowerPoint, it's only $9.95. So let me find that link and I'll post that. So hopefully that answers your question, Ruth. That was probably a longer way to get there.
No, I think it does. I'm just like, if I came to your house today because
Yep.
your dog had some problems, and we decided that he needed, I don't care, pick anything, some adaptive, for example.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I show you how to use the adaptive on your dog, but now how do I then turn that conversation around? Do I just say, well, Andy, your dog, I mean, it sounds kind of presumptive to say, well, Andy, your dog really needs you to be healthy too. You see where I'm trying to find that bridge
Yeah,
conversation.
sure. Well, I think um, my experience of most humans is it only takes 10 to 15 minutes of real conversation before some health topic comes up. And it might not always be them. It might be their spouse, their child, their brother-in-law. Like it's just um, we humans, um, we're kind of a mess. Our bodies tend to fall apart, and so we have to be proactive to keep it together. And so the bridge could be, tell me more about, you know, like the activity levels. Like most dogs need a lot of activity, and so what kind of activity is your dog getting? How are you able to support your dog's activity needs, um, movement needs, and that could be a really natural segue.
I
Um,
like that. Yeah.
there's a million different ways to do that. Um, Horses are just so much work. The same thing. Well, anyways, we could go on and on, but um, yeah, I would just get curious, right? I love how Tiffany coaches. If you start any question with "I'm just curious," you can go about anywhere. You can say, I'm just curious. As as you care for these animals, um, what comes up um, on the regular with you and your health, as you love on these pups or these aging animals. What do you notice that's showing up for you? And yeah, just get curious and get. I mean, the cool thing is, if you're coming from a space of service, they're going to feel they're going to feel that love. They're going to feel that support, and they'll want to reciprocate in kind. They'll be, if you're curious, they'll be curious. If you're giving, they'll be giving. So just lead out with the position or stance you want them to take, and you'll be blown away by how well that works.
Super. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great questions, Ruth. Thank you so much. Super excited to hear how that conversation evolves for you and how that emerges over time. Awesome. Great questions. Okay, and thank you so much for those who posted the link. Let me just share that on Facebook. So anybody who's interested in accessing the PowerPoint, there's the link. I need to remember to put that in the YouTube upload as well. Okay. And if you're, for some reason you can't see the link or it's not posted, you can always go to sharesuccess.com and then go to library, and then under PowerPoints, it's the first link under the product PowerPoints. It's called Healthy Fit and Sharp. Healthy Fit and Sharp. Awesome. Okay, I see a hand raised. So let's bring Crystal in. All right, Crystal, looks like you're unmuted.
Oh, okay, great. Hey, I appreciate everything you're doing. I'm so grateful that you come on every week and just help us so much. And I just want to thank you for that.
Thank
Um,
you.
I am feeling a little blocked with reaching out in my inviting today. I'm really ready. Like I've been working on the verbiage, but I just feel like there's still something I'm missing somehow. Um, it's people that have invited before that haven't come. And maybe I've invited them 2 or 3 times. And I still feel like I've got something I want to share. So I'm blocked by that feeling of they didn't come last time. What makes
Mm,
me think they're going to want to this time? Or how do I change my verbiage so that it really shows that I have something special and different that I have a different focus now?
sure. Yeah. Well, I'd invite you to first question some of your assumptions. Um, they Sometimes it's not that a new message is needed, but sometimes um, they don't have ears to hear based on their current needs. So just to give you an example, we were on a call with Seth Risme yesterday, and when doTERRA showed up in his life, he had just basically he had started a company. The owners basically pushed him out. He was the majority shareholder, and basically overnight they diluted his ownership to less than 1%. And I mean, it was a billion-dollar company. It was a big deal, and so he found himself in dire straits. He had been trying to get back financially um, for I think a year after this had happened. And so doTERRA shows up, and he had ears to hear the opportunity. He was hungry, he had need, and so he had ears to hear. If somebody had presented the business opportunity to him just 2 years prior, his company is growing, it's exploding. He's majority shareholder. There's not a chance in the world that he would have had ears to hear. So it's it's often just a matter of timing with them. And so the challenge for us is to keep beating the same drum, to keep showing up as the messengers for something that starts to feel maybe boring to us, or maybe repetitive, or yeah, just less exciting because we've presented it so many times. But the fact is, that's the key to winning in this business is being willing to tell the same story, to share the same message, to offer the same products, to present the business opportunity over and over and over. So I know that you're feeling the need right now, Crystal, for some variety and for changing up the message. But I just want to open your mind to this possibility that um, so often it's just a timing issue on their side. So that's my first level um, message. My next level message is um, they might like if you want to bring your very best energy, then speak to what's living for you. There might be periods where VMG is changing your world, and so you're posting about it every day. You're showing you mixing it up and taking a drink and loving VMG. Maybe there are periods where there's a new product. Maybe right now it's convention. Maybe you're just excited to gather with some of your, favorite people, your favorite products, and just be in learning and be in growth and be sharing the vision of community, right? So maybe what you're selling as we lead up to convention, maybe you're selling community. And that's a message that will resonate for some. So beat the same drum, right? Be willing to be boring in the sense of I'm always offering this smorgasbord that doTERRA has to offer, but also speak to what's vibrant, what's bringing life and energy to you. There's this in Hawaiian, the word ha means breath. And I feel like it's our job in doTERRA to breathe life into whatever it is you're offering, whether it's to your team, whether it's your prospects. It's on us to breathe life. So whatever is living for you, breathe life into that. That's what marketers do. So um, and um, and I still believe that the very best inviting happens one-to-one. So I love this principle that Matt Hall teaches about keeping the conversation going. So if you'll just keep that conversation moving, and that's the focus, then you'll find the opportunity, you'll see the need to be able to present the thing that they need most right then. And so don't think of yourself as a radio station that's always broadcasting the same thing. Think of yourself more as a needs detective. And so you're with each person, that conversation is slightly different. And you're always watching for and listening for and looking for clues as to where the need is, because that is how you'll get them to take action, is based on their need. So is that helpful?
Very helpful. Thank you so much. I think that that's the key. I resonate so much better when I'm personally talking to someone. Like
Yeah.
and yet when it comes to inviting, I'm trying to get like 5 people every day
Yeah.
invited, and having the time to actually pick up the phone and talk when they're available. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of also what I would prefer, is being able to just pick up the phone and call, and then just, but it's hard when you don't have as much time.
I hear you. I totally get it. Yeah. And I love what you're saying about what your soul is longing for is real connection. And
Yeah.
phone call probably is the deeper way to connect, much deeper than text or some kind of basically anything else. So yeah, follow your heart. It sounds like it's leading you to those one-on-one conversations that will lead to powerful action.
Yes. Thank you so much. I've appreciated all these suggestions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Crystal. Seeing some other questions in the chat. Karina's asking, what are you inviting them to? Is it a doTERRA class? So maybe just some clarity there.
Yeah, so yes, it is an online class. We've got our whole team is trying to focus on the first week of August, offering totally every day 2 different classes, so that we can bring in all the people that we want, and just do the Wellness Made Simple class.
Awesome. Love that. Okay. We'll keep on connecting, keep on listening and watching for those clues. It's amazing how everybody is always broadcasting one radio station, and that is what's in it for me, right? They're constantly looking to fill their needs. And so if we'll learn to have ears to hear, then we can pick up on those and we can create massive value by serving them from that space. Awesome. Okay. Looking for the great comment that Emily just posted. Something hit me yesterday. Leadership doesn't mean you have followers. It means you go first. Keep going. I'm right there with you. The right ones will feel it and hear it. I'm remembering who is the one person I can help today, and that momentum carries on. Love that. Thank you, Emily. And then Esther is saying, I'm thinking of great performers and actors. I wouldn't be surprised if they get tired of singing that song or saying that line at the theater, and yet they choose to show up as if it's the first time each time. So powerful, right? Especially in the performing arts. Like I think about, Van Gogh, he painted those painting once, like he had that experience, like he went through the emotional journey once and then it was done. Whereas performing artists are expected to show up and relive and breathe life into this message, show after show, night after night. Like who knows how many times Coldplay has sung the song "Fix You," right? Like I can't even imagine what that's like to try to bring that to a stadium of 30,000 people. So, anyways, great comment. Thank you for that, Esther. Yes, Ruth says, my friend invited me to oil classes several times. Wasn't really interested until I heard our other friend's story. She was feeling empowered as a mom with the oils, and so that got my attention. Love that. Okay, any other questions? How can I serve you today? Go ahead and raise your hand. All right, Emily, I'm going to invite you in as a panelist if you just want to click yes to rejoin as a panelist. Whoops. I think we're, we're we're both clicking the same button. I think I
Okay,
muted. There you
now
go.
I'm unmuted.
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much for doing this. I haven't been on one of these calls in a long time.
For sure.
Yeah, and one of my reasons for hopping in is I want to intentionally surround myself in this energy of just getting, like I said, my heart back in the game.
Hmm.
And so I've been here with doTERRA for 10 years and hit gold back in 2017 during Diamond Club, and was like, did the top 50 finisher, went to the sourcing trip, which was amazing.
Wow.
And then, and I've attempted Diamond Club a couple of times after, and just life was lifing, and things happened. So now I'm like, okay, I feel like with the new comp plan, like really re-inspired to me, it feels like simpler to teach with the pods
Mm.
and like a 4-3 method, and my focus has been the problem for a long time, because I understand how much we have to share that can really help so many things. And I'm
Hmm.
so multi-passionate, like, where do I hone in? And it finally,
Totally.
um, I love what you said about like what's living for you. I look
Mm.
back at, during COVID, I've been a massage therapist for 20 years, and
Mm.
having built up to gold, like I had a nice residual income that when my massage practice shut down, like I still was getting paid. And I'm like, huh, okay,
Mm.
that's awesome. And I'm
That's
still,
got my attention.
yeah. And right around that time too, I went into before COVID, I had $35,000 in debt. I
Mm.
filed bankruptcy, and it was my doTERRA check that was paying off that
Wow.
debt. And so that
That's
was,
amazing.
yeah. And so now I'm like really feeling called to help massage therapists who are overextended, burnout, um, having this tool in their I started using the oils in my practice 10 years ago, and it
Mm.
just like changed everything. It was like,
Wow.
um, I saw clients getting better results. I was feeling better,
Mm.
and then I started sharing, and that's how I started, building. And so I want to create something called Massage and Mission, and
Mm.
lead with the AromaTouch technique,
Hmm.
but then also bring in the foundational wellness for the self-care for the therapist
Mm.
and teach the massage therapist how to educate their clients so they have tools off the table and then
Mm.
they have income outside of the massage session. So I guess I wanted to just get
Beautiful.
on here to talk this out with someone who understands what I'm talking about.
Sure, I love that.
Yeah.
So Marina's asking in the chat, how did you implement doTERRA business as a massage therapist? It sounds like you just started using the oils in your massages.
Yeah, I
And,
did.
and
And I would have, I actually, oh, so this is what got me thinking about how to implement this with the massage therapist. I did a training with my upline called 8 Weeks to Elite.
hmm,
And so started teaching classes just around town. It was all in person stuff back then. Well, actually, I was teaching Zoom classes in 2017 too.
wow,
Um,
how fun.
yeah. So, and then, Diamond Club traveled around, but my mom's also a massage therapist. So she uses the oils in her practice. And she's like, I don't want to sell or teach classes, but she keeps
Mm,
a trifold in her office and uses
mm,
oils in her practice and sends me folks. And so my mom's on my front line. And, that's how I've worked with that. Um,
that's awesome.
yeah. So do you think leading with the AromaTouch technique and maybe having like an in-person demonstration or training and
Totally.
would be a way to lead into this?
Absolutely. I think the AromaTouch is such a powerful process. Um, yeah, I don't know anybody who receives an AromaTouch and doesn't feel the power and just come away, yeah, just re-energized. So a big fan of the AromaTouch technique. Um, and it already has built in a very duplicatable method for people to learn it and teach it. And you don't have to, so that's one less thing for you to create.
Right.
It has its own duplication model built in. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I also love offering demos. Who doesn't love a free demo? Like you go to any fancy resort and they're doing demos in the spa, and you're like, oh, I wonder what their massage is like. It's like, come on, I know exactly what it's like, and I know I'm going to sign up for a massage too. So, so yeah, I think it's fantastic.
And then the other idea I was really inspired with, I saw the business video that was shared on the weekly business tip or whatever. And the pickleball, the gal who shared
Oh
has
yeah,
during the BMG and um, the electrolytes at the pickleball
yep,
court. And so that's what I'm going to talk to the stretch zone gal about today, is just doing a little pop-up there. And I never even really thought to be sampling, even though at convention and things, we sample those things. Like, why haven't I thought of that?
right,
That feels like a really cool, like getting people out of their workout and come at OrangeTheory, come try some BMG and electrolyte and have them, collect their info so you can follow up. Like that feels really like a
totally,
system. And getting back to that in-person like connection too, I feel like
yeah.
feels really good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that so much. Simone actually came to our last Experience doTERRA, and if I can find it real quick, he talked about this pickleball gal and how she's just crushing it. So he shared some photos with me. If you don't mind, maybe I'll just share a couple of the things that she's doing. And I've got some people in the comments asking, how do you do the AromaTouch demos? Do you want to share? Maybe you haven't started yet, but what are your
I
ideas?
haven't I haven't started yet, but I just I now have a little healing space in town. I haven't had an office in a long time. So I put AromaTouch technique up on my little menu of offerings. I did one the other day and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so good after doing it. But
Hmm.
what I also understand is like when we say AromaTouch technique in doTERRA world, we know what that means. But
Hmm.
there's like a little more explanation that has to come through. And I'm like, oh, come get an AromaTouch technique. Like everybody knows what a massage is, but
Yeah.
AromaTouch technique, like, well, what is that? And that's
Yep.
where I want to like be able to retain our our company, like the brand of the AromaTouch technique, but also
Mhm.
explain it in a
Sure.
simple way? Do you have an offering for that?
So I would, if I were you, I would just leverage AI.
Okay.
Chat GPT is
Yeah.
our new best friend, and just say, here's the AromaTouch technique that I want to offer. Here are the main benefits. What are some taglines or some hooks that I could use to engage people's interest, to kind of draw them in, because you don't need to worry about using AromaTouch in your headline. Um,
Right.
it's totally fine. I mean, here's the thing with Rachel Lynch. She's built an empire with Zyto, but she doesn't use Zyto in her marketing. Like nobody knows what the heck ZYTO even means, right? And
Right.
so she says free health scans, right? Everybody knows what a health scan would be. It's like
Right.
I'm going to get a scan for my health. And so do the same thing with AromaTouch and just, get creative, do some brainstorming, leverage AI, and yeah, make the message yours. I mean, it's totally fine if you want to even brand your way of doing it,
Yeah.
whether it's the hand massage or maybe you're just doing neck and shoulders, whatever you're doing to make it duplicatable. Um, that would that's my coaching.
There's an entire AromaTouch team that's there to assist with strategies.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Cool. Do you have info on that, Esther? That would be awesome.
Yeah, great question.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. I'm excited
Yeah,
to start moving forward in this way. And it just feels more, the focus is definitely helpful.
yeah, right. Yeah, that's the trick right there, right? How do I manage my attention? Because attention is so easy to let that scatter. I found those slides with the pickleball pictures. So, do I have a link? I don't have a link to her Instagram, but this gal goes to these pickleball tournaments and she has these samples that she makes, but then she also samples the electrolytes and the VMG. So pretty cool what she's put together. Um,
Oh my gosh, look at her little pickleball roller.
yeah, right. I can't dink it blend.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
So I don't have a link to hers, but Simone, I have his Instagram, and I definitely recommend that everybody go out there and give Simone a follow because he's actually doing some stuff on his social media, his personal social media that he can't do through corporate. And so, for example, just one example of that, he is sick and tired of all of these other companies saying that their oils are as good as doTERRA's. And so he actually worked with the labs and he ordered a bunch of different oils and he had the lab do an analysis and then he posts on his social media what he found. And it's so entertaining. I just love Simone. He's the best. So go give him a follow. And yeah, but I think he's got a link to the pickleball gal too. So
Awesome.
good stuff. Thank you for
Thank
jumping
you.
on, Emily, and we'll be cheering for you all the way.
Oh, thanks.
So fun. Ruth is saying, I do demo classes and ask for a volunteer to receive the AromaTouch while I explain and demonstrate. That's awesome. And do you do the full back method or do you just do a hand AromaTouch? What do you do there, Ruth? Okay. Have you found like I know that there's stuff out there, but I'm sure you found a way to keep that, so the person feels like they're being modest and it's safe. And so anyways, put in the chat how you're doing that because I think that's a common question that comes up. And thank you, Esther, for putting the email aromatouch@doterra.com if you want to talk to their team at doTERRA. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all of your questions. It's been another great week of rich conversation. Great engaging ideas and questions. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your commitment to being a servant and making a difference in the world. There's never been more need than now. So keep going, don't you quit, and we will see you next week.